Applause. Wow, I feel disregarded right now. Who obviously needed to understand what a Bieber handle felt like. Smell, how old are you? Oh, thank you. How old are you? I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 14 days at any point. Recollect. Wow. Your eyes, what music do you pay attention to? Get hella. Hello, my never gave me the sextest, okay. So how about you give me the sextu, IT? I feel awkward right now. For what reason would you like to know the sexter from a 15-year-old kid that is bizarre, gracious, definitely so? Odd inquiry, and you realize entire my mother right, like not too far off things and impact you realize you need to say it again. You have delightful lips, goodness, thank you, man. Thank you, great lips, just we serious need to defend her. You realize I don't believe that she should go through anything. Neat, what's up, man? UI, Grace. How are you? You swibbling all that's great selling out fields and everything beginning to act different. Huh. You ain't been calling me and hanging out the manor? In which we used to hang out well. I mean, you haven't you? I mean, you attempt to reach out to me, you realize through the entirety of my, accomplices and so forth, yet you never truly got my number, so okay number. Until my number, it's 555, yes, Justin Bieber has at last uncovered the stunning truth about prepping in Hollywood and kid. Is it a significant piece? It seems like from Diddy and Will Smith to Clive Davis, there is an organization of Hollywood top firearms that routinely grow. Youthful specialists for the sake of mentorship. The most horrendously terrible part is nobody is by all accounts making any kind of difference either way with it. As per Justin, the business effectively attempts to safeguard these custodians in view of how strong they are. Not him, however, he has had enough and isn't hesitant to get down on the BS. So what does Justin Bieber need to say regarding preparing in Hollywood, and who precisely are the culprits of misuse and abuse of kids in Hollywood? Should find out hard for me being that youthful and being in the business and not knowing where to go and everybody letting me know they love me. And simply walk out on you in a moment. So on the off chance that she at any point needs me, I will be hanging around for her Yet no doubt safeguarding those minutes since individuals underestimate experiences and I simply need to safeguard her. Justin Bieber is ending his quietness about his encounters in Hollywood and the business is loaded up with degenerate people who love to prep youngsters. One person specifically who has supposedly partaken in preparing Justin Bieber and other youthful craftsmen is obviously Diddy. In the recent weeks, Diddy has been banged with various claims, blaming him for starting a chain response that has supported a greater amount of his casualties. To shout out, this incorporates every one of the men and young men that Diddy has purportedly prepared during his time in the business. Particularly Justin Bieber and Usher. Gossipy tidbits about Diddy being gay have been widespread since the 1990s, yet his wardrobe sexuality or deficiency in that department isn't the main pressing concern. The issue is that he purportedly utilizes his influence and vicinity to young fellows and young men to mishandle, exploit, and make the most of them. Take Usher, for instance. Usher was at that point a sprouting star from age 10, when he joined the R&B bunch. Fresh starts by age 13, attendant Met LA. Read the prime supporter of Life Records who marked him on the spot subsequent to hearing him perform. While Usher was planning for his presentation collection, he lost his voice and couldn't record, so LA Reid, who will come to his story later, began questioning attendant, and he even needed to drop him from the name. Yet Usher truly needed to stay on the agreement and record his collection, so in the spring of 1994, Reid chose to send Usher to Diddy's home for what he called a puffy flavor camp. With age was only a time of Usher being presented to a way of life way too exp lit for his age. In a meeting with Drifter, Usher depicted that period as one of his hardest days, where he was presented to a grown-up way of life. He additionally guaranteed he saw a few wild things, like haphazardly opening an entryway and seeing individuals grinding away, in some cases numerous individuals on the double having a bash. Mind you, Usher was 14 years of age then, and Diddy was 23. The age distinction alone started debate, yet it was only after Usher went on the Howard Stern show that he uncovered that the circumstance was presumably much more regrettable than we could have expected. In addition to other things, Usher discussed the wild gatherings Diddy used to have, which established a poisonous climate for a 14-year-old kid. Was like just loaded up with chicks and origin like constant right now. Not actually. I mean, except for hello, it was interested I had an opportunity to see a few things better, believe it. You 13. Where you see I went there to see the way of life and I saw it and it was nevertheless I couldn't say whether I could enjoy and comprehend what was in any event. Seeing it was wild. It was though no one attempted to you realize some lady didn't show up. Okay, what I said is that there were extremely inquisitive things occurring. And I didn't be guaranteed to comprehend it. Yeah? Biggie Smalls was there, Biggie Smalls. Was there Lil Kim Craig Mack? This multitude of individuals are sticking around, no doubt, man confidence Evans JBL. They had barely any familiarity with this gracious, I was living it up. You understand what I mean? Does he make them do any errands? Are you doing dishes whatsoever? I mean, they keep you humble to some degree, or are you very much like my you? At any point, keep awake till 4 a.m. with them a party. I mean, I truly remained up longer than them, and what do you have cash? What's happening? I mean, I had like pure damn, I had like you realize life. Better believe it's insane, 14 years of age. You're a father currently. Would you at any point send your child to Puffy Camp Hellfire? No. See, additionally, Diddy supposedly paid Usher to remain with him, which is peculiar on the grounds that since for what reason are you paying a kid to reside with? You, the way that Usher answered with a resonating damnation no. When Howard inquired as to whether he would allow his children to go to a Puffy flavor camp, lets you know all that you really want to know, did. I himself has been seen offering odd remarks about Usher residing with him in an as of late surfaced discussion among Diddy and Kevin Hart. Diddy discusses how 10-year-old attendant used to rest in his bed and battle about ice chips. Given Diddy's history, it makes you keep thinking about whether Usher was protected in those days. I mean, for what reason is there even a 10-year-old resting in your bed when you're like 19 anyway? Diddy having young men sleep over at his home didn't end with Usher justice. Bieber supposedly had a similar involvement with 2009 when he burned through 48 hours at Diddy's home to show Diddy the tunes he had delivered. And how old was Justin around then? 15. In the meantime, Diddy was 40 years of age with kids during the 48 hours. Justin enjoyed with Diddy, showed him a chick Lambo, promising he would give it to him when he turned 16. He likewise guaranteed Justin a chateau once he turned 18. Obviously, he said this is a little jokey joke. Yet joke or not, how could you as a grown one-up guarantee a teen such excessive gifts? It resembles prepping 101 commitment, the casualty luxurious gifts to keep them snared and trust you. It's odd enough that a 40-year-old and a 15-year-old are hanging out in whatever limit yet, when you add promising a youngster gift like that, it appears to be too dreadful. What's up, man? You great? I'm great. How are you, youthful sibling? All that's great, selling out fields and everything beginning to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging off. But the manner in which we used to hang out, well, you attempt to reach out to me, you realize through the entirety of my, accomplices and so forth, yet you never truly got my number. So, okay, my number, I'm moving till my number. Considerably creepier is the communication Diddy and Justin had on camera, where Diddy is asking Justin for what valid reason he never calls or attempts to spend time with him. Justin looks so awkward the entire time, yet Diddy never at any point saw it. Shows that Justin could not have possibly understood open to hanging with Diddy for an astounding 48 hours. Fans accept the motivation behind why Justin's emotional wellness took a descending twisting, and he began depending vigorously on drugs, is the maltreatment he endured because of Diddy assuming some pretense of mentorship, as well as how brutally the media went at him for a really long time. Making some noise about his encounters made individuals more thoughtful to his situation and the predicament of numerous different children in diversion who can't make some noise. One fan remarked, Justin Bieber was continually supplicated upon and bothered and taken advantage of since he was a minor, and nobody thought that it is off base assuming this is how individuals treated him before cameras. Envision what he was put through away from public scrutiny. Justin Bieber has been only taken advantage of, sexualized, and scorned by the media from the time he was 14, and individuals didn't see an issue with this since he was a kid anyway. As awful as did, he was sources accept he was not generally like that. Diddy was purportedly prepped by his guides Clive Davis and Andre Harold. Clive Davis is one of the most compelling music chiefs in Hollywood, who marked significant craftsmen like Whitney Houston, famous Huge, and Kelly Clarkson. Diddy was at first a worker of Andre Harold's Uptown Records anyway. When Andre fired him because of certain issues